Hello, I'm Rich Dean with West Coast Collector Cars in Oregon. And today, got a very nice 2003 Ford Mustang Roush Stage 2 to show you. Now I'll go on and explain some of what the stages mean. I mentioned it in the text ad, but I'll explain a little bit as we go along here. But this one finished in its original torch red. Nice paint. Still original and deep and glossy. The wheels, you got these with the Roush. You can see that they say Roush right there. They're nice and deep and clean. Power four-wheel disc brakes. The Roush Stage 1, which you got, was all of the visual components that make up the Roush. The spoilers, the wheels and tires, the decals and whatnot. When you move to a Stage 2, you got the suspension. And the suspension components lowered the car. Different springs, shocks, sway bars, and whatnot, to make up the Stage 2, which gave you a more performance in terms of maneuverability and so forth, and cornering and handling and whatnot. And in Stage 3, you got the supercharger on the engine, and that boosted the horsepower. So you had these different stages, and that's kind of a brief synopsis, but explain it a little bit more detail on the website if you ever go there, and I'll explain how to get there in a moment. But you see this 631 here. What that means is a few years ago here in Oregon, we had a kind of a Guinness Book of World Records attempt in Woodburn, a town about 20 miles north of us here, and all the Mustangs gathered up in Woodburn to set a world record for so many Mustangs at one time, and they did break that record. And so every Mustang that contributed got a number, and that's what this is. That's what that number means. There's your Roush call out up here. And the call out here. This car is a one owner. Take in the interior here. This is dark charcoal interior. Interior is excellent. The car has 60,310 original miles on it. The car was garaged when it was not in use and well taken care of. Doors closed nice, of course. Your shut lines are nice. Roush, you got the nice side exhaust there. That's kind of cool. Back here you got the rear deck spoiler. Big, nice Roush rear deck spoiler. The Roush Stage 2 call out. So the engine on the Roush is a 4.6 liter V8. Anyone that's had one of these or with a 4.6 in, it's going to tell you they're bulletproof. And Roush kind of did a little bit of a tune on it, and with dual exhaust and the fresh air intake. Stock GT would have been 260 horse. I'm not sure what the horsepower was on the Roush Stage 2, but conservatively I'd say 275 horse, I'm sure. Got this nice blackout area here. Take in the trunk. Trunk's nice and clean. You can see under here, this is all original. It's never been used. The original spare still there. And take a look. This is the toolbox here. This was an option for the Roush. So you got a few little tools here, and tire pressure gauge, gloves, screwdriver kit, little coin there. I don't know what you'd fix with it, but they're kind of cool. You want to buy these if you don't have one. They're about 450 bucks. So, but kind of a cool little piece there. Should take a moment to tell you a little bit about the website, westcoastcollectorcars.com, where I've got pictures of the car, of course, but also pictures of the undercarriage. You'll be able to see all of that as well. See that exhaust routing out to the side, and Very clean under there, very nice. It's well taken care of. There's no damage to the car. Car drives nice. Down the road, has nice sound to it with that exhaust. Yeah, these are nice performing little cars. And Roush went to the trouble to give you the white face gauges there. You can see Roush on the tachometer. The Roush pedals there. See that? Pop the hood there. Show you that engine here in a second. So just so you know, if you don't know already, you probably do, Roush started out much like the Shelby Mustangs of today and the Saleen Mustangs of today. Roush, same thing, started out with a GT. So that's what their platform was a GT, and then they built their cars on top of that. So it makes for a nice Mustang, kind of exclusive. You know, there are not too many of these, and you don't see these anymore at all. This would have been an option for the GT, is the hood scoop here, and you got your nice running pony in the corral, as you can see. Actually chromed. You have a prop bar to hold the hood up, but I'll just hold the hood up to show you the engine. 4.6 liter. There's your Roush cold air intake showing here. Excellent running engine. You just can't go wrong with these. These are great. And with 60,000 miles. I mean, you see these things all the time with 187,000 miles on them. You know, these poor Mustangs, people just drive them, you know, which is good. So they're very roadworthy, very capable. They're very strong. They get good fuel economy. You know, you can probably tell I like Mustangs, but at any rate, they are a nice package. What I'd like to do now is I'll hop in the Roush, start it, you'll hear it run. I'll just drive around the parking lot a little bit so you can get a sense of what it looks like moving under its own power, and we'll just come back and talk for a minute more. Of course, this has air, tilt, cruise, and all of that works nicely as well. You know, tilt column and so forth. Nice factory stereo with a CD and everything. So, and if it sounds like I'm nursing the cold, well, that's because I am. So my apologies if I sound a little hoarse. Mustang. But at any rate, leather seating and so forth. It's a great car. You got the Mach stereo system in here. If there's any further questions I can answer for you about this 2003 Roush Mustang, please don't hesitate to give me a call. Again, my name is Rich Dean, and this is West Coast Collector Cars. My number is 503-851-6763, and thank you for watching today.